know we're gonna fight, that's the way that I know that the love is gone. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. Every day that I was chosen for this fate. It takes so long to get back home. 'Cause I know we're gonna fight, that's the way that I know that the love is gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the greatest show on earth!
Phase 2.
Oi, oi.
Hello.
Welcome back to another EP of the Not Fazed Talk Show.
And let me just start by apologising for this week because I sound a bit like Darth Vader who smoked 40 fags. It's been a long
It was
weekend.
40 joints, not fags.
It definitely wasn't. I was good and didn't smoke any joints this weekend. I was very proud of myself. Well done.
Yeah, well done. Fair play to you.
I'll give my fucking self a pat on the back for that one. It was all the dick I was sucking.
Fucking brilliant, mate. I had such a weekend.
Mate, this is just what happens when you let people hug and kiss you. You fucking walk about the place and all randoms are touching you and you're like, germs.
I know, it was fucking madness, mate.
It was.
For anyone in that was at Escape, I wonder. But now it was fucking, it's our second year playing that festival, and
What have you done?
And
I
didn't turn my volume down. It was fucking wicked. To close out a festival for the first time too was magical, like.
It wasn't the first time, it was the second time. Close the festival.
Ah, that's right.
To do
But that's not a festival, mate.
Fuck off, the fly is a festival.
It's an event.
I would call it a festival.
It's an outdoor thing.
Yeah.
It's not a festival. Like.
If you're DJing to 10,000 people at the end of the night, mate, it's a festival.
It's not a festival.
Okay.
Right, Google the definition of a festival.
Anyway, it was our first event closing outside of the country.
I've closed many nightclubs and all, like.
Aye, but a festival.
I fucking closed in.
What's
definition of a festival?
I can nearly spell. a day or period of celebration, typically for religious reasons.
Ah!
That's more of a definition than fucking escape. So I would say the flat is definitely more.
It's more of a it's a religious celebration. Take it. Could be worse, mate.
Oh, I'm so happy with that. Well done. Thank you, life.
That's about the only one you've got over me all weekend.
It's
You
okay.
were proved wrong many a time.
I need a win right now. But no, it was good fun closing it out. It was there was a lot of energy. It was good. The crowd were.
Mate, we held our own.
fucking
Like, you had Judge Jules on, who's massive in Wales. Fucking what do you call him? Them drum and bass DJs who I couldn't tell their name. Like,
I know.
but it's still like it's fucking like we held our own, mate. That we
Let me
was
ask
up
you a
on
question.
2 wheels. Like,
I have a conspiracy for you. A conspiracy that you started on the way home, and I've now seen evidence to the contrary of what you've told me.
right?
And now we can cause a musical conspiracy if we really want to.
Yeah.
What did you see Ben Helmsley doing?
A beefer.
Are you sure?
He was with Hannah Lang in a beefer. She put
Definitely
it
on the same day.
It was that night. Heather showed me it on the story where he went on stage with her.
Right. Because he put up a thing on Facebook
Yeah.
saying that he was really sick and was unfortunately unable to make Escape in the Park, and he's really sorry to all his fans.
Listen.
So
Now that you say that, we post videos the night that were from the weekend. So, you know what I mean?
that's
Take
what
away
I
a
mean.
pinch of
Can
salt.
you-
But he could have been sick in a beefer. Like they're doing residencies out there, you know what I mean? Also,
Yeah.
what would you rather do? Stay in that fucking Ushuaia
Or Dragon.
or go to the Dragon? Or go to fucking a mucky field in South Wales?
Now, to be fair,
He's probably checking the weather forecast all week, like everyone, going, well, bring fucking hell, man.
seen somebody posting up a picture being like, cancel that flight.
Oh, here, yo, fuck, no, cancel
be
that
fair,
jet.
Fair fucks to them, because whenever I seen the pictures, like, I did message you saying, mate,
Get
I need
water.
to go
We
and
need to
get...
go. We'll stop at Asda and get water boots. I was like, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
But then once I get back in the room, I was like, I looked at my phone and was like, nah, Dave's right here. We need to go and get water boots. But then
Welly
the
boot.
promoters and everyone and Jason and all were saying, prove you wrong on that.
What?
Welly boots are the short ones, and they're both.
Don't know, welly,
water-
welly boots
Google it.
is a short
Google it.
version
I've
of-
already done it. Google it. I'll prove you wrong on it.
No, but I don't...
No, Google.
right,
They're not
no,
welly
before you-
boots. Are the
before you
short waterproof
get-
boots?
I haven't got the energy for your level of
No,
excitement
I'm
here.
just saying.
No, listen. I would call both the knee-high ones and the ankle ones wellies.
Well,
I wouldn't...
the ankle ones are wellies.
Right, but...
Wellington boots are the knee-high ones. Welly boots are the short ones, but they're
But
both a
neither-
brand of
neither-
water boots.
Right, okay, so... Okay.
Ah.
Does any... Let us know in the... This fucking
Just
microphone.
Google it and I'll show you.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, does anybody else in the comments let us know, do you call welly boots, or fucking water boots?
Shank will call them water boots, but we've got it right, actually. It's about the only thing we say right.
I'm sure whoever wrote that on Google as well has been infiltrated by some sort of shankle mafia to write that. Because you're a bunch of fucking nutters.
Fucking right. Sorry, I've lost what we were doing there.
What were we doing?
Oh, why ban water boots? But when we
yeah.
got to the festival, it wasn't actually that bad.
It was because there was a concert on. It was Sam Ryder
Yeah, the night
the
before.
night before at the main stage. So that portion of the field was done. And the way you went round to our tent and the drum coat tent,
Yeah.
that wasn't used the night before, so that was actually relatively dry. Like the hill up the our tent.
And out
was
the
sweet.
backyard tent was the only tent that had, what would you call it, the tracks? What Jason was calling it his garden, the tracks. No, the plastic bit.
yes.
Ours was the only tent that had them.
Yeah.
So that made life a bit easier as well.
Yeah, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It was good catching up with a few familiar faces.
I know.
Walking
People
in, and the first thing getting told by the security people is no stage diving this year, boys. It's like, thank good to know that you remember us from last year. It's like, do you
Here,
not-
how long,
do you
how
not
long?
remember us doing waltz last year? She goes, no stage diving. I had to go in and catch you or fucking pull you out last year. I was like,
Dave done a stage dive and it worked.
it didn't. You done a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Aye.
I thought you were just going to be like, he's going to jump, catch him. And you stopped the music. You were like a fucking Bono tribute. Like, every time I click my fingers,
Well,
Dave
here,
doesn't get caught in the stage
They
dive.
didn't drop you.
I know, but they fucked me back at the railing. They're like,
That's what they're meant to do. They're meant to bring you back. It's just there's no stage. It was a railing.
I know, but no, someone launched me at that. That was not, let's set him down. That was, so here we were, wanker.
Aye.
I've quite the...
You've injured this old man.
I don't know, that happens every time. It's just, it was just like the good old days, you know.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I had
But
fun.
there was some good sets. Yeah, it was good catching up with people.
Mate, old Andy Whitby's fun as fuck. Like, I had a great time
I-
listening to the Andy Whitby set.
I didn't get speaking to Andy this time, but yeah, his set was good.
Uh,
Nicole was in love with every tune that he was playing. I was like, I knew you'd like a bit of
I was
Andy
just
Whitby.
laughing because it's just every chart tune from the last 5 years just with a dunk beat under it, mate.
Yeah.
And the place was going
Everybody
fucking
loves it.
mental, mate. Fucking fair play. But no,
Fair-
I was
fair
talking to him
play
for a
to Gary,
bit. I
'cause
was
he is-
talking to most of them. Old fucking Isaac too. I had a fucking good yarn with him. 'Cause he was straight away about the kids because his son, his stepson's diabetic.
Yes.
So he was fucking. And then he was like, who's these playing after me? I was like, that's us. He goes, no. Like, I was like, he was trying to be a dick.
Oh,
But he was joking, like,
was taking the piss.
he was taking the piss. He was like, who are these playing after me? And I was like, that's us. And he goes, no, I know. Like, I took it thick.
Oh, did you start giving him the bit? Oh, that's us, dickhead.
No,
Take that. You might have played for us and played after
Fucking
us, but now it's our turn.
delayed for nearly 3 hours. That was a bastard, though. Going, like.
Us.
He was delayed for 50 minutes. We were delayed for 3 hours. Like.
That was grim.
That's the worst delay out of 5 years of travelling regularly. That's the worst delay we've had. Like.
I left my house at 5 to 2 on Friday afternoon, and we got to our hotel in Swansea at 12:30 the next morning. Like, that's a trip that should have took no longer than 5 hours.
Yeah.
Took
No, but long with travelling to Dublin airport. Like.
not really. If you think about it, if we weren't delayed, we were down to Dublin airport. We made our gate with 3 minutes to spare. We were on that flight for 40 minutes, and we were off and in the thing. Good 5 hours.
Easy
An hour and a
enough,
half
you're right.
driving, 45 minutes in the plane, an hour in the car, and you're in the hotel. And it took us, 8-9 hours to get there.
It was madness, mate.
It
But
was
see, the worst
all-
about this was, for a good 2.5 of those hours, we were sitting on the plane, on the fucking runway.
Yeah.
They know what they're at. Get you out there and fucking... And then, no, I mean, what were they giving out? Bottles of water, that was it.
Oh no, it was the guy got so angry about the sandwiches, because for all you guys out there, once we were delayed for an hour and a half, it was all fine, and then they got us on the flight, and I think we were on the tarmac for near 2 hours, but he kept saying like, oh, we're just waiting on the hook here now, and it was so sexual as well, the way he was fucking about. Oh, we're just waiting on a wee hook up here. I've rang forward, they asked for the hookup, and then it was like, oh, there's a bit of pushback here. We're waiting for pushback time of 4 minutes and a wee
He
bit
was
of
like
pushback.
4 minutes, and then it went from 4 minutes to
To
20
10.
to half an hour. But
It's like,
what they were
guys, I'll
doing...
just update you soon.
That's what I'm saying. Just be honest. Listen here, lads. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I'll give you a shout when I do. Everyone would have went, no sweat, sir. But he didn't. He kept going. But then see, whenever he goes, we're ready to go, like, but
That's
we just
somebody
needed
else's
the pushback, but they forgot to bring the hook.
Yeah.
The hook's in or something. You're like, fuck off, you
It's
lamb
just-
bastard.
It got ridiculous. But then see when they started serving stuff as well, like this baffled the fuck out of me. So I understand them not serving you drink on the runway because people could get leery, and that's fine. I asked.
More chance of fucking them off, though.
I know, but I asked them, can I get 2 hot chocolates for me and Nicole? Right? Sorry, we're not allowed to serve hot beverages whilst on the tarmac. It's like, so you're
You can
telling
do
me,
it on the air.
given how bad that flight was with turbulence, you're telling me that you're happy to give us hot chocolate in the air with turbulence, but when we're sitting here for a guaranteed half an hour, where we could quite easily drink these and not cause any damage to anybody
Yep.
around us, that we're not allowed to drink these hot chocolates? And then that's when your man came down. Fuck, he was so funny. This guy, after the fucking the point and whenever he said something and the whole plane went, this guy was like, excuse me, love, have you any sandwiches? He says, no, sorry, there's no sandwiches on the plane, but it was really nice to him. And he just lost. I was like, for fuck's sake, no fucking sandwiches. Get me off this fucking plane. I was like, wow,
That's
imagine
what
getting
tipped
that
you over the
wound
edge,
up
aye.
by the fucking ham and cheese sandwich.
Fucking
But
brilliant.
you also, you were, I was at the front of the plane, you were at the back of the plane. For people who don't know, me and Jason never sit with each other on a plane because, well, fuck that, we're going to see each other not that weekend. It doesn't really matter where you sit, we're going to the
Wherever
same
the seats are, we're sitting.
Nicole genuinely, when we get off the plane and started going, and she was like, "Are we not going to wait on them?" I was like, "No, that's not what we do." She
We'll
goes,
see you at the
"But
front.
they're 2 rows behind us." Like, well, that's all right then. They'll catch up quicker, won't they? It's like the rule is get through, and we'll see you.
See you at the front. Whoever's out the front first can have a longer smoke.
But yeah, you got a bit of chip from my understanding.
It was probably my own fault too, mate, because I kept giving lip back, like. But there were no. It was like a stag party behind us,
Right, okay.
and they were fucking about. And he kept poking his hand through, to poke his mate, but he kept fucking hitting me too.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
I was
See,
going mad.
I only got bits of this story, so he wasn't actually. Because I thought he was
He did.
doing it
He
to
did that
annoy you,
after when I went to sleep.
But right,
yeah.
but it started as an accident.
An accident, and I says, "Yo, fucking cut it out there." He goes, he was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to touch him." I says, "Well, any more of it, and I'll touch you." You know, like. But I was jokey when I said that there, and then he took it thick, and then he said something about I can't.
Oh, you meant it as a joke, but he took it as you're gonna dig.
And then he said something about Kevin Bridges. He says, "We're from Belfast." He goes, "You ever hear Kevin Bridges' accent in Belfast?" I was like, "Oh, mate, it's funny." And he says, "Do you like Kevin Bridges?" I said, and then I wound him up even more. I was like, "Aye, Barry's a Celtic fan." And they all went, like about 30 people just went, "Boo!" With a wee Protestant on the plane. I knew what I was doing, like, and then it just escalated from there, like. And then, but I wish I hadn't said that, like, in the end. Do you know what I mean?
Because whenever we were off the flight and we were standing at the wee baggage bit and you'd went off somewhere, some guy just started going, "Oh, is that not Gary or whatever?"
Gavin,
Gavin,
Do you know what happened?
Is that
But
not Gavin? And
he
like, "No, this is someone else."
he asked the name, and the guy on the inside of his chair. No, like, so there was 2 of them, and then on the inside seat there was another fella who had nothing to do with him.
So right, hold on.
His name was Gavin.
You're obviously beside Heather. So
Yeah.
did you have aisle and middle or middle and window?
We had aisle and middle,
Right,
but
okay.
there was no seat, so there was no one there. So the man behind there had his name is Gavin.
Right.
So when your man asked my name, your man said Gavin. So he just thought my name was Gavin, but he was see for ages he was going, "Here, Gavin, Gavin, Gavin," and I thought he was talking to someone else. And then about 20 minutes later, he went, they got there, "Gavin." I went, "You talking to me?" And he goes, "I." Goes, "My name's not fucking Gavin." And he goes, "What's your name?" And I said, "Jason." And he goes, "Fuck me, I thought you said your name was Gavin for ages." And then everyone just bust out laughing. But I just
you
looked.
seem to have had a good time at the back.
I just
How
didn't,
did we
mate,
not- we didn't
because it
even
was
hear any of
stoned,
this.
mate. It was stoned up bollocks. I was sitting there going, "You give me a plastic half pipe," and I was like, "Woo, let's go." But mate, I was just talking shit. But your man Gavin, like, mate,
I know,
see
but,
the
like,
much he
yous weren't-
said,
yous were only
Gavin.
a
Like,
couple of, 13 rows behind us, like, but I would have thought we'd have heard.
we were like, we were 3 from the back.
Aye, we were 6 from the front.
So like it was, mate, fucking funny, like, but it got annoying. Like, it was alright the first half an hour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then see after, because they were all completely legless, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't know what they were doing, whereas I wasn't, like, I was a wee bit
when
stoned.
you're not
just.
drunk as well, like you can have a bit of a laugh, and you're like, right, okay, let me just go back to doing me now.
I wanted to stick a headphones in and listen
I don't
to something.
want to be involved in your drunken hooliganism anymore. I'm quite happy. We've had a bit of a laugh. Enjoy your flights.
The wee man who was beside me, who was part of their group, like, he was sitting there, and I was looking over talking to him, and I was like, I mean, fucking, that's man. I was like, and he was so nice. He kept reaching over the aisle and going, "You're all good, mate." And I was like, he goes, "Mate, calm down, please. Like, don't go mad," because there was a stage where I was standing up and no cracking up, like. But he was so nice, trying to, like, "Mate, he's a fucking dickhead and all." And then the one that stopped at me, like, for whatever reason, says, "Where are you going?" I says, "Over the wheels." He goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Going over to the DJ." And they're like, "What?" And they fucking pulled up the pages, and they're like, "Oh, fuck, that's class, that's class." And he goes, and then the one who was a dickhead goes, "Mate, I work for Sky." And I just went, "Great." And they all just started laughing at him. And then he must have felt wick after that and stopped.
Yeah. That's a flex a wee bit.
He did. Mate, I work for Sky, but he wasn't. He was trying to tell me a story about what he does, like something he does in work, and I just went, "Great," and the whole plane just bust out laughing. And the man who was sitting beside him, who was Gavin, he was like, "Fuck," he was no lad. He was sitting.
So
I could see
Gavin
him.
wasn't even part of his group.
Gavin's wife was fucking 4 rows down or something.
Oh, so how did Gavin's name get bestowed upon you?
Because
or was this just purely
that's what
coincidental?
I said
that there
this.
was
No,
another-
as he asked me my name,
No,
your
yes.
man said Gavin,
yes,
and
somebody
he
else
thought I
it.
said it. Yeah.
Yes, but this other Gavin, who wasn't with them, did you know that his name was Gavin at the time?
It was him that said Gavin whenever they asked my name, but I never answered.
Right, okay.
So that's your man who was
So
sitting there would just assumed I
what
said
I've now
Gavin.
taken from this is Gavin is actually the legend and the winner of all this. He literally seen a fucking hornet's nest about to kick off, and he threw a bit of fucking fire.
No,
in there.
Gavin
I
was
like,
too old for that, mate.
No, he was like, I'm not with my wife. I'm bored as fuck sitting here. I'm gonna watch these boys kick the fuck out of each other. This will be great.
I know.
Like, oh, his name's Gavin. Oh, he's gonna fucking water.
It was mad. It was funny, like, but
You made a
again,
better friend coming home, though.
there is a fucking. I mean, right.
Oh, there's a bit.
There's a bit. See, once you're starting to take
out
off,
drinking with people,
aye.
and you're in their group and you're their level of drunk, I'll have a bit of banter with you, but you continue your bit alongside my.
That's
bit.
what I hate. I hate getting stuck with people who want to sit and talk to you. Yeah, I don't want to sit and talk to you. I'm going to sleep, and I'm sticking the headphones in. And that's it. Like, but that's like, see, once we're taking off, see if it happened once we took off, everything was sweet. I'd have been dead. I'd have been happy days. But once we're up in the air and I start fucking about to, I'm like, listen, fucking ways up. There was kids in front of us, mate, fucking trying to sleep. These ones are fucking jumping up and down, fucking being knobheads.
Alright, but you know what it's like when you're blocked, you don't care.
I know. I've been in that group too, so.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but it's you can have a bit of jokes with them, and that's how you can deal with it. But at the end of the day, you don't want to be there. You're like, right, fuck off, you go and do whatever. Sure, it was like whenever we came home from Escape last year, and I ended up inadvertently sitting beside Ben and Nicky. Had a quick 10-minute chat with him. Not even 10 minutes. It was quick. All right, how's it going? Do you enjoy Escape? I enjoyed Escape. Not going to be a dick, mate, but I'm going to sleep here because that's just what I do. Closed my eyes, woke up, was like, oh, I hear you live beside my missus's grandparents. Have a good one.
That's it.
It's like, I don't want to fucking speak to people
that's
as much as they
it.
don't want to
Even
speak
though
to you.
and he was, there's no way he wanted that either.
No.
Like, he was.
I like to imagine he probably appreciated it more rather than someone who bent the fucking ear off him because he's bent.
Especially because we're do the same job and he has the potential to help and all. Like, you would rather that. Listen, I don't want anything from you. I want to put my headphones on and go to sleep like I do every week. That'll do.
It's like, I don't want you to play my tunes. I do want you to do a podcast, but again, I'll approach you in a different manner for that. Not right now on a fucking plane. I want to sleep. But it was good. It was good day, good fun. And
everything was clean sailing on the way home, mind.
Yeah, you made a new wee friend coming home, wee baby.
How's it going, Claire? There's a new person in the chat.
Howdy.
Hello.
How's it going? Hope you're enjoying the show.
The legend, Distortion.
Hello.
Maybe
Hope you're enjoying the show
maybe
too.
Distortion, and of course our best friend Louise. What's happening?
Hello. Hope you're enjoying the show.
But no, I had fun, mate. The only thing I was reasonable was because we were delayed, didn't get away for dinner, mate. See, whenever we go away, I like to go and sit in a fucking restaurant and eat something. Fucking McDonald's and Burger King. That doesn't do me, like.
It's like, yes, that does when you're travelling to fill a hole.
Yeah, it does, but it
need-
fills the
you
hole.
need
That's
a
all it
bit of-
does, like.
Because, like, that's, again, I think we've talked about this, but we can really drill down because this one's been a fucking melt. So, like, we left Belfast. I left Belfast at 2. We left here at 3:30.
So you didn't leave Belfast at 3:30 because I still live in Belfast.
No,
Like.
but I mean, sorry, I left my house at 2. I was going to say we left Belfast at 2, but just for clarity, I left my house at 2.
Yeah.
We left your house at 3:30.
Yep.
Went from Belfast to Dublin. Then
It was a long one too. The traffic was
that's
way,
what I
like.
mean. So we got to Dublin. We made our gate by 5 minutes. So we're there at 6:30. So there's 3 hours. Then we were delayed for an hour and a half in the airport. Then we were delayed for another 2 hours on the flight. So we don't get to the hotel till 12:30. So there's no chance of getting.
It's an hour and a half drive from the airport to the hotel as well.
Yeah, you get up, you get ready, and then you're picked up at 1:30 to go to the festival.
I regret going down that early this time,
Yeah.
mate. Especially, it was alright last year because what did we play? 6 o'clock.
I was.
Do you know what I mean?
6:30 or
Like,
something. It was
like
early,
we normally go to these events maybe 2 hours before we play or whatever.
Yeah.
But this, we
That
went
was,
at the start. Well, not the start. It was what 2:30 or something. We got there,
Aye.
and then we had to wait till 9:30 to play.
Yeah, it was a long innings.
It was a long day, like.
It was a good day, but yeah, there's no there's no actual, not that you want downtime, but there's no, let's stop and take a wee break for a second to
Yeah,
correlate
no matter
our
where you
thoughts.
go, you're getting
What are we
tortured.
gonna do here? Like as you say, going out, grabbing a bit of dinner. It's not just about getting a good feed. It's having that half an hour, 45 minutes of downtime where it is just us.
Yeah.
Where we can, like, because again, yes, we're traveling, but you're not really business focused when we're traveling. Again,
Everyone's
we
on.
don't
Everyone's
sit
that
with
wee
each
bit of
other.
anxiety.
Aye,
It's
but
not
we
really to
don't
get
sit
the
with each other
hotel.
on a
You
plane or
relax.
anything in the airport. We sit, we have a pint, but by the time we get down, you kind of just try and get straight through. We talk some shit at the gate, and then it's like, right, I'll see you on the other side. But it's like it's a different bit of downtime going for dinner.
Yep. But even at that, you don't relax till you get to the hotel.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You really don't. And it's because you're constantly going, right, is the driver outside? What's the driver doing? Who's picking us up? Whatever it is. Taxing people, phoning people, right, we're here.
But even that,
Bump,
this
bump.
time, like, you felt so wick for Jason, because Jason was under the impression that we were going to be there even though we were delayed.
A core date.
And then
He thought we were
They-
going to be here a core date.
they'd already, like, if we were flying into Bristol and it was delayed like that would be fucking hectic, because it's, 2-hour drive for them to get there. So you could, if you're delayed, you couldn't even time that to say, because, like, at the end of the day, if they're only an hour, 45 minutes down the road from Cardiff,
Yeah.
you
You just have to stop
mind
somewhere and
waiting
eat, like,
20 minutes on them showing up if they're late, because, well, you've kept them waiting for 4 hours. But even that, yes, you're worried about the driver being there for us, but you're also at the same time, because you're delayed, you're then, oh fuck, some person's way past their fucking bedtime. They could have been
Yep.
sitting with their family instead of waiting on us two bell-ends coming in for Belfast.
It's all right, mate, when it's like Jason picked us up. It's a friend of ours who runs Logic. So, I mean, it's worse for him. Someone, when you're getting picked up by drivers who are being paid for, it doesn't bother me as much. Like,
I know, but you know what I mean. These are the things of
Yeah.
the perks of backstage. Because I know Nicole never thinks that we're away just for a party, but she really got to see, that was Nicole's first time away to Wales with us, and she really got to see, like, the full fucking spectrum of, she may not have had to travel from Bristol, but
it's mostly waiting about. I've said this loads of times
yeah.
on the show. See, when you're a touring DJ, you're mostly, now this time we went in the night early just because it was handier for the festival to get us to and from the place.
Yeah.
But most of the time you're in for sometimes not even 24 hours. What happens is you wait to get on the plane, you wait to get picked up from the airport, you brought the hotel, you wait in the hotel until you're getting picked up to go to the gig. You go to the club, you're waiting to play your set. Once you play your set, you're waiting to get picked up to go back to the hotel. Once you're back in the hotel, you get a couple of hours kip, and then you're waiting to get picked up to go back to the airport. And that's all it is. Like, you don't really get to see places unless you get in early on a Saturday.
yeah.
You don't really get to see the places you're playing. Now, you see it on the drives because most of the time you're driving far to
Alright, but
hotels and shit.
That's it. You're just
That's
having
it. You're
glance.
all you see
It's
is
like looking at, like,
airports,
Google Maps.
hotels, clubs, hotels, airports, home.
Now we got to see a good wee bit of Belgium for like maybe 4 hours.
But that's because we
If
get in
that,
early
because
that
we
day.
went early. But again, even that, like, you could say, yes, I seen Belgium, but you were there for 4 hours. It was literally a piss break.
Yep.
In the grand scheme of things, like, you didn't see Belgium. You got a train in the, was it Brussels?
Brussels,
City Centre. Like, it'd be like going to Belfast City Centre for a meal and saying, I seen the whole of Northern Ireland.
That's another thing too. See, when you're DJing away, most promoters will put you in a hotel right beside the airport.
Yeah.
So you're never like in the city centre. And it's normally, because it's handy, they drop you back to that hotel the night after the club.
And that's,
Then you
don't-
walk out of the club or you walk out of the hotel into the airport. So most of the time, like, there's times we've been staying places and it's an hour, 2 hours away from any fucking.
Aye, and you're not because of the turnaround time, you're not going to have time to get a train or a taxi
Yeah.
or bus into the town and back again for your gig or your flight the
If you
next
want to
day.
go and sightsee. So it's hotel rooms, you live in hotel rooms, you live in airports.
You see nice places that you hope to visit once you knock this on the head in your old age when you're too old. And you're
I'd like to
"I'm
come
gonna-"
back here.
Yeah.
You've been here 4 times in the past 2 years. I know, but I've
haven't
never
really
got out
been
of the car.
Yeah.
It's fucking madness.
I've never actually stepped foot outside in the country.
Like, see the many times we have been in Bristol, and the only one time I've walked around Bristol was that time Halloween.
When we went for a walk, thinking, it's sure there'll just be somewhere around, because our batteries or something died in our phone. Be like, I'll be just round the corner. There'll be just something round the corner, and we walked for like a
food,
fucking hour, and we ended up buying mini muffins from a garage.
No, Bristol. We got Burger King in Bristol when we came back from Torquay. Remember, we got the bus into Bristol, and then we went to the airport because the plane wasn't until way in the afternoon.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about a different time. Yes, that Torquay time, I kind of just eradicated from my mind because of the amount of travelling we had to do.
That's the only time. Like, and we've been in Bristol fucking... It's got to be 15 times in the last 5 years, like.
Yeah.
And I've never, bar that time, that's the only time I got out of a car.
It's actually so true.
It is, man.
And that was down to necessity more than anything.
Starving.
That was amazing. Would you remember travelling to Torquay? Like how heartbreaking that was. Whenever we rocked up and that wee woman went, your driving license is expired by 1 day.
I know, 1 day. We went to rent a car because we were doing our own event in Torquay. So the deal was, obviously we take half a door, but we sorted our travel out. And I was like, I'll just rent the car from Bristol and drive down to Torquay. We'll stop and we'll get food. We've all day
fly
to kill.
out at 6 in the morning. It's a lovely little scenic drive. We'll make a day of it. We'll get lunch, like a proper wee fucking journey. Let's see the place for a change. Dickhead.
I rock in, I give her my license. She goes, what was it? It was like October the 31st or something, and it was out on the 30th. I was like, you can't be serious. I was like, what? And she goes, I can't. Our insurance won't cover us if you. I was like, I know, but it says it gives you an extra year. And she says, aye, that was your extra year.
you done so well, because like you could have went a lot further off the handle with her. But you did to a certain degree, but you knew deep
once
down
I realised,
inside,
mate,
she can't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's against the law.
Once I realised that there's nothing
And
she
you
could do.
just kept saying, but no, read the Northern Ireland website. And she's like, I am.
And she
reading
did.
that. And like, but read the Northern Ireland one. She's like, no, but this is. But read the Northern Ireland one. And then eventually it was just, no. They were dead on and give us a lift back to the airport.
That's right, they did.
Fuck me, that was awful. And then trying to figure out planes, trains, automobiles to
That's
get
where you came into your own,
Yeah.
because you're a train man.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
A train and a fucking bus man. Dave looks at the timetables and goes, bish bash bosh, and I'm like, mate, it's all just numbers to me.
I had that.
He goes, if we
sorted.
get train 7 to lane 12, we get off it and jump on at lane 6.
It was the fear of coming home whenever we booked the direct coach that we didn't know that you could get.
Oh, I said.
Do you remember when we got the coach? It was like you had to be there at 7 in the morning. The taxi was fucking late. The coach then never showed up. We were like, did we miss this? But we had to get that coach because there was no trains till later in the day. And we had to get an express bus the whole way back to somewhere, and then a bus from there to Bristol.
That's what got us there in time to walk around Bristol all day.
Yeah. But that whole fucking experience was. Do you know what?
And that was our second gig of that weekend too. We were.
No, but you know what fucked me off the most about this, and I've never spoke about this in the show, but I don't really care now. See the fact we done that because we were told by the promoter. I don't know anybody who drives.
And then to pick us up.
And then he picked us up in his missus' car.
I know.
I was like, you literally lied. I am not happy.
That's right. He was like, I'll come and get you now. And we were like, oh, he's probably going to pick us up from a train station in a taxi or something. He pulls up in his missus' car. Like, we were like, you can't be serious.
Even if he'd have said, my missus won't drive.
He did say that whenever we got there. It was her said that.
I
wouldn't
but that
drive
would
up
have
there.
been fine.
I know.
Don't say in the initial booking, there's no one that can drive, because that's not true.
Yeah.
And it sets
up
a
bad
footing
food
straight away, because it's like, well, we've just had a fucking torrid time in a country we're not really familiar with, because
I know.
you were full of bollocks. But yeah, again, it's all the fun that goes on behind it. And
That's
at the end
it.
of the
People
day,
just
you
see
guys still get to fucking enjoy the show.
People see you on stage, and don't get me wrong, like there is, like, if you're a big artist and you've got a good agency and all behind you, like, it is 90% of the time smooth sailing, like, But back then, days like me and you were doing all this ourselves. We were organising the logistics with promoters and stuff, and like we didn't know what we were doing. Like,
No.
do you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, obviously it's smoothed out a wee bit in the last few years, part of that weekend.
But that's out of no one's control. That was bad. That was bad weather, caused delays in the flights.
What was the storm's name?
Fucking cunt.
Aye. Cunty storm.
A beep, a beep. So we should get a wee soundboard for any time we're going to swear.
I've said this to you last time and you told me not to.
I know, but you won't do it for swearing. We'll just censor ourselves, you know. Maybe we fall into the algorithm a bit better because we're not getting caught in so many fucks and buggers.
Fuck off. You see a podcast I listen to and much fucks in them.
Who gives a fuck?
I will send you something here that I seen of our fucking dead mouse.
See as well,
Speaking
for all aspiring DJs and fucking established DJs alike, we ended up with extra USBs this weekend. And just a wee tip to you, you don't always have to fucking steal them, guys. We ended up with what I thought was Cali's because I loaded up the playlist, but it's actually Juices. But I emailed Cali.
Give him the LED.
I've got this. Do you want it back? Because it's yours. If you end up with a USB by accident, don't pocket it. And if you don't know who it is, just message the artist that's on the stage with you. There's not that
No,
many
we have
people.
had USBs stolen in the
You can
past.
take a stab in the dark based on the music. Like, I would like to have a think if we got the USB of any artist that was on that, you would know roughly what they kind of play and stuff in their sets. You don't have to steal people's music.
And the reason we ended up with it too is because I told Dave to grab the USBs, and
And
it's
you the same
exactly
one.
the same USB
And
as mine.
the sound guys weren't being too sound.
Oh, that's right. We played one more tune, and he thought because they were like 11:30's a cut off, or half
10.
10's a cut off. Here's me, no sweat. We played another one. Then I tried to go. I was like, no, what, fuck it. We're just going to plough on here. So we ploughed on, and the bastards turned it off.
It was then at
Because
the end.
no, I knew I was trying to shout through the mic. Do you want one
Aye,
more?
there was nothing.
And there was nothing. I was like, so I hit
I
play.
kept saying to you,
All you hear
when you play the song,
all you could hear
there's
was
no
boom,
sound.
boom, boom, because the sub was still sort of.
But the crowd was raging.
I
And
know.
then we started booing the sound guys because, well, if we booed them, then the crowd would boo them. And just make sure that they knew it wasn't us saying no. We would quite happily play for you longer. It's these guys over here. So then all the crowd fucked
Accept
off. We
that.
got our pictures and shit taken. Was your hands broken, are they? And then these fellas came up and was cleaning up, and I was fucking. He said grab USBs, and I lifted them, and I was like, "Oh, guys, thanks very much for all. Well, tonight it was great." I just again anybody in high vis vest, I always think has done some job at the festival, and to turn around and like,
in a festival full of people wearing high vis vests.
You weren't too fucking happy when you're getting the crowd to boo us, and I realised that it was the sound engineers. Like, fuck. Okay, well, thanks very much, guys. You're still wankers. But
That's what I said. I shouted down at Dave. Dave, it's only $1,000 a minute if we go over the fucking cutoff. Dave was like, turn that off the fuck.
grand a minute, my bollocks. I sure charge it to our management.
Calvin Harris, remember? Fucking he went over. What is it? What was it? One of them big ones in New York. Can't remember, but it was like $1,000 a minute if they went over to hang. He played for a half an hour.
Why?
Because he was having fun.
I know, but why would you charge?
Because the council has a cut-off time.
Right.
So that's a way to get money out of you.
I suppose at the end of the day, if you're Calvin Harris,
But
30,
then the
30
promoter,
30
what the
grand's a
what
drop in the
what
bucket,
the
like.
the promoters then put it onto the artists. Do you know what I mean? So
But if you're Calvin Harris, 30 grand is a drop in the bucket to you. Like,
I want to see 45 million a year concerning.
does he still have his Vegas residency?
Don't know.
I think that would be you loving life. Do you know what I mean? Between all his tunes, he releases maybe 2 tunes a year.
Well, he's definitely done 2 big ones this year. Like.
He doesn't need to do any more. He does 2. He does one at the start of summer, one at the end of summer, and then everyone remixes them. Like,
Well,
fuck
speaking of
phrases.
big shows, let's watch this.
Have you ever faked a DJ set? What are you talking about? What do you
Turn
mean
it up.
Faked it? Like, as in didn't even show up, or like? Yeah, I heard. Oh, what do you mean? Have I ever faked it? Oh, an MP3. Well, I would. Okay, I've never played an MP3. Let's get it fucking. Oh, if he means pre-recorded set, yeah, fuck, all the time, most of the time. Does that make you mad? I mean, do I go to jail for that? Like, what? Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. FBI, open up! What? How dare you play a pre-recorded set due to a strict timeline? Most major festivals, you have to play a pre-recorded set.
I see. I knew.
Like EDC, I would be surprised if somebody actually played a set that wasn't pre-recorded, to be honest. Because there's such a big deal to the fucking artist and the production schedule and the timeline and all that stuff that they wouldn't want to fuck up. You know what a dead giveaway to a pre-recorded set is? The visuals. Believe it or not. When shit is
And
so
fireworks too.
immaculately timed that everything is fucking lining up, that means it's on a playback system.
So just on that point, right? First of all, he's obviously trolling this because he's eating popcorn. Like, I just came here for the comments kind of shit.
No, that's
right?
his like Twitch.
But this was actually discussed many years ago by Matt from the Organ Donors. Somebody posted this up. Now, but I don't even
I
think I
seen
was
that,
DJing
yeah.
at the time.
I seen that.
And somebody put up saying about pre-recorded sets, and he's like, well, if you want to go, and exactly what he's saying, get the experience of videos being in time and fireworks and pyrotechnics, like the amount of visual engineers we fucked over because they go to hit the and we fake drop it, and then you turn around and laugh at them and go, got you too, you dick. But you don't get that on established fucking big artists.
No.
But at the same time,
Same with DEFCON end show, but
you
the
have
way
to pay for all that. Ben Nicky was saying that all his fireworks, every firework that goes off, comes out of his pocket.
Yeah.
All the pyrotechnics, all the fucking petrol or whatever goes into them, he has to pay for that. So every time there's a big that goes off during his set, that costs him money.
Sure, it's the same with us. We have asked for the air guns, and they're like, that's right,
Yeah.
it's coming out of your fee.
Exactly.
All right, well, no sweat.
But like we're not that like
Yeah.
the show that Deadmau5 puts on. Of course, you would have to pre-record it because the amount of visuals that go on in
Yep.
his set.
I agree with it 100%, but this is what I'm saying. Like, this is most of them are doing it. So, like, you've got David Guetta, like the ones that are only playing massive shows.
But then
All he's doing is turning. Wait, listen to the rest. You know what I mean?
What do they do up there? Twiddle, filter knobs, and clap. Yes, absolutely. That's all you can do. Yeah, Paul Kalkbrenner, he plays live. But he brings, like, all his gear and an FOH mixer and everything. I actually just saw him in Montreal. I played after him, and he had all his shit out and everything. But that wasn't like a major festival, so he's able to do shit like that. DJs who play pre-recorded sets are not real Js? Real DJs? Okay. Says who? Who are you, the fucking DJ police? I'm a turntablist. Actually, you know what fun fucking thing I kind of do take a little bit of pride in? I only play my own music. Like, for a Deadmau5 show, like, every fucking track that I've ever played.
See, he's a producer, he's not a
maybe the
DJ.
last, like,
Me and
100
Callie had this
sets
discussion the other day.
of mine.
So see, even on that was a point I was I was going to say. It's different as well because we we talked about this plenty on the show. We would never do a pre-recorded set, or even
We don't even
pre-planned
plan a fucking set.
set because we don't know how the crowd's going to be that night, and if you lose something, you need to be able to get the crowd back. But the difference between that and them is he has a fucking stack of hits. Like, David Guetta is a stack of hits, Calvin Harris is a stack of hits. They could just, if they play producer sets, they know it's going to go down. People are paying exorbitant amounts of money to come and see you. They want to hear your music. So you're not going to lose the crowd because you're
But
playing
what
your
I don't
tunes.
understand is what I take.
It's just
gripe with-
organising your tune.
Yes,
in
but
its-
if
in
you
the greatest
practice,
hits.
if you practice a set, and you're going to play it on this fucking 85 show tour, surely you could be able to mix that live through the whole tour as perfectly as it is.
That's like saying, right, we have this gear all wired up and we never touch it apart from turning it on and off, and we should be able to sit down here 85 days in a row and have no problems or technical issues whatsoever, and you know for a fact that that'll fuck up on us on day two. If they have that program, the fireworks, the lighting and all that there, you can't just afford to take a chance of the deck might go off, or fucking my USB might corrupt, or some dickhead from the crowd might fuck a drink at me. There's so many variables. I'm still not for pre-recorded sets. However, if
In
you're,
that situation,
if
I
you're
get
doing
it. Like,
main stage,
yeah.
full fucking spectacle show, yeah. If you're just doing a normal gig,
come to the underground. It's more fun
yeah.
and real and raw.
But they've done their time in the underground, and
Yeah.
I cashing in on
Me and
their,
Callie
their
had
talent.
me and Callie had this discussion the other night when we were talking about the Dutch acts. As I was saying, what is killing the UK hard scene is the price of the Dutch acts. It's just not sustainable anymore.
And
Because
no one really wants to see the UK acts because they think the Dutch acts are the big fucking
yeah, all the
balls.
UK hard heads will not support the local hard UK acts because they're not Dutch acts.
Yeah.
But the Dutch acts are just getting the arm in. Like there's no way, like you can't pay a fucking half decent, not even a huge Dutch act £5,000 to come over here when you realistically only have 300. You have a base of 300 people to work with. And me and him were talking about it, and he's like, I know. He says, but see them. He's like, I've worked with them for years. He's like, all they are is producers. They're just producers that do DJing to earn the money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now, in hardstyle, as we'll say, see the DEFCON N show, which is highly produced and highly fireworks and all. There's no DJ plays.
No,
It's
that's just
a half-hour
bit
mega
that's been
mix
put together
for that.
It's
Whereas
more,
all the
it's
hard,
an honor to have your tune featured in that. It's not who's playing my tune. It's if you get asked to have your tune in that. That's
all the hard acts that play on the main stage prior to that are obviously playing their sets. They're definitely mixing and all like. But it's a weird one because then what are you doing? You're standing there performing the music you produce.
But you're pretending.
Yeah, as I'm saying, you're not performing. You're standing there letting people hear what you made in the studio.
Yeah.
Because I always see some of the podcasts I listen to, like Big J and all.
But that's
he
what
rips
I consider us. I don't view us as DJs. We're performers. Even though we play other people's tunes, we play our own tunes as well.
I am a perform, but
are
we
performing.
also we're very good at performing. Like we get no matter where we play, we upend
Get
the
the
place
crowd
like
going.
100%. But what Big J was a comedian from America, and he always rips it back out of DJs, and I'm like, I'm taking a wee bit of offence. He goes, what do you do? He says all you do most of the work at home. And I'm like, well, I can't really argue with that. He goes, maybe you turn a volume knob once or twice. But then the more I've been seeing, like this isn't the only thing I've seen about EDC and all, what he's used to going to is like Steve Aoki throwing cakes and fucking Deadmau5 with the visuals and whatever else. And he's watching them from the VIP bit behind, and all they're doing is turning a filter.
Yeah.
So technically he is right. That's all you're doing. You're doing the most of the work at home. But like we still have to work. Like when we are on stage, like whenever you're at the front, you have to come back. If I'm at the front, I have to come back.
Yeah.
We have to pick the tune. We have to.
You have to know what you're doing. Get the tune, get it all set up. Plus, also go and do that again.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I wouldn't enjoy that. I'll be honest now. Now, if
And
you
you
were
would
giving
think
me
so.
£1 million to play a show, I'm
But you
sure I
think
would
there'd be
enjoy
more
it. Like,
crowd interaction though, rather than standing behind the decks and just going and fucking a cake at someone at the end of your set. Like if you've pre-recorded it, you've plenty more time to go out and.
Heather's seen that on. That's why I brought it up there, because it reminded me. I forgot I even done that. But Heather's seen it on TikTok. Steve Aoki hitting someone. She goes, "We see his Heather. Who's he?" And she showed me. I was like, "Steve Aoki," and she says, "Fuck, I'll be mad." Like she had never heard of him or never heard of Steve Aoki or never seen anything. I was like, "Heather, he's been doing that for fucking 10 years." Like she goes, "You're joking me?" He says, "That's some fucking throw." Like
Here's a question for you: is it Steve Aoki or is it Steve Aoki?
Steve Aoki,
As
he
in,
was
like,
on Rogan.
I'm Aoki.
No, Steve Aoki, he was on Rogan, so that's how you pronounce it.
All right.
That's how I know to pronounce most people's names.
He's on Rogan.
They're on a podcast.
That's where you get your half facts from as well.
Mate, all my facts are fucking
Well,
flying.
yeah, what about? I don't know whether we can talk about. We'll not say a name, but it was a very surreal moment. We had our first fan cry for meeting us. That was surreal. Thank you very much. You know who you are, but yeah, it's
weird.
It's weird when you meet someone that thinks you're that cool at your job that they're crying because they've got a picture with you.
I know.
Like that shit that I always imagined happened to the Beatles and Michael Jackson. Not up to
Not
decades.
Phase 2.
Do you
No,
know what
I
mean?
was
But it was-
gobsmacked. I couldn't
Like
believe it. Like,
it's lovely. Don't get me wrong. Like that's what you work for. You want to make people feel class from what you do, but at the same time, you're like, I've got some bird's tear on my cheek. This is fucking nuts because of us being complete bellends.
it's scary. Like, but I appreciate it, I really do, and I'm glad.
It's
Like that this wee girl fucking always shares, supports our stuff. She's always come to see us wherever we are in the mainland. So I really do appreciate it, and thank you for your
Yes,
support.
Thank you very much.
It was Coachella. Calvin Harris got fucking like fucking 30 grand for playing an extra half an hour.
Coachella.
Oh,
That's
cheers, Zorza.
is that
Appreciate
not like
that.
a full poser kind of thing? I know it's a big thing in the
It's
desert,
probably like
but
the Glastonbury of fucking
the Glastonbury, like the fucking strawberry.
Glastonbury of fucking New York.
What do you call that one? Is it Burning Man?
I'd love to do that.
Did you see what's happening at it right now?
No.
Because of that big fucking storm that's hit. I think it's Burning Man. I could be wrong.
Burning Man's the one in the
Let's see.
desert.
They've told everybody not to come to it because, like, the desert's been blown away. Like, there's no desert anymore.
It's like Mad Max or something, for fuck's sake.
What were we talking about?
Burning Man. Jesus Christ, the weekend hit you that hard?
It's not, man. It's because I'm not well. But I'm still here for you guys because I don't let you down. It's always him.
He was earlier on going, fuck's sake, I was like, no, mate, you're going to forget everything that happened at the weekend. Get over the day, you cunt.
I just purposely didn't tell you because I knew that you would probably tell me not to do it. But I'm okay. I'm just talking. What is it, Burning Man? It definitely seems.
Burning Man's the one in the desert
I know it is. American Festival cancelled.
because it wasn't happening. What do you call that?
Oh, that was at Fire.
Fry Festival.
Fire. Aye. It was somewhere in San Pedro.
Look, there's fucking EDM tips. He's fucking everywhere to come.
That's because you're talking.
Keeps me up
about
to 3 in the morning in the hotel.
There's places in Vegas and shit. Where is the thing I seen today?
We nearly couldn't have done a festival at the weekend because of the weather.
Oh, we were definitely getting there, like, but
Well, the festival happened. This summer's been shite, like.
yeah, I knew it was Burning Man. Burning Man faces washout as tropical storm Hillary hits Nevada desert site. Do you not think that Donald Trump must be loving that this fucking storm's called Hillary and it's fucking America?
Mate, do you see the hate your man Biden's getting in fucking, where is it, Hawaii? 'Cause it took him 13 days to go out because of the wildfires. And then he was fucking, mate, he was sleeping. He was at a meeting with all, like, the people whose houses burned down. He's in the middle of it.
Bollocks.
Google that after.
It's the desert.
That's out of action for months, that, like.
They're telling people it doesn't matter if you think you're funny.
Type in Joe Biden sleeps with Hawaii. Just write Joe Biden sleeps Hawaii.
Careful where you're going with that. Sleeps with Hawaii. What? Hawaii.
Hawaii
man.
prostitute.
Sleeps. Oh, I love how it comes up a fact check, and this is gonna be your fucking
Is
fake
it? Is
news
it?
again.
Is it real or not?
Video from this week, sure, and social media since blah, 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 several posts.
Go to the bottom, it'll tell you false or not.
The facts. At around 19 minutes, it shows Biden with his head up right before he bows, continuing to listen before returning his gaze. The footage shows him blinking as his head's down. Less than 10 minutes later.
That's not the one I seen. Like the one I seen, he was out for the count. Like
In July.
false. Saying there. But that's Newsweek too. They're fucking so far up his hole. It's fucking. Watch the video anyway. And we'll make our mind up whether it's true or false.
Right, okay. What is it with all these fucking adverts? This is it.
We are a community that relies on family.
Hold on, I need to full screen to see this shit now so it can be completely... Even from that motherfucker's sleeping. If you showed me that picture, I would probably tell you that fuck's dead.
That was my granda, mate, whenever he was fucking sitting in the sofa.
Mate, he's dead in that picture. Like, someone has left.
You know what
him too
happens?
long.
Someone will come up behind him with speed and then jack them with some speed.
We are a community that relies on family, on ohana.
That was the big sleepy breath and all.
It's the. Do you ever get ones where
And
you're?
his eyes are open there.
Aye.
That,
Do you ever
that
get one
breath woke him up.
Do you ever get ones where you're like sitting and then you go down and you shake yourself
like
out? That was that.
That's what that is. It's whenever you know that
Mate,
you
you-
shouldn't be sleeping, and you're
That's-
trying to fight it, and then you go, and then you. you pull it back.
That's not anyway why they hate him, but I seen all the videos where like them big fucking jeeps, big SUVs that they drive in America. They're coming into Hawaii, and all you heard was "fuck you, Biden." Like they were going mad. But it's because it took them 13 days to come out. Like that place burnt to the ground. Like,
But so hear me out here.
what good's he gonna do?
I know that there's wildfires.
Biden with a
not
fucking
happening.
hose. Do you ever see the Simpsons where the hose wiggles like, "Ah, Mr. Burns"?
He's just fucking.
Oh, I'm floating about the place.
The fireman's like, should I turn it off? It's like, no, just
Keep
leave
it.
for a
It's,
bit longer.
it's making the locals happy.
But see, right, I know there's always wildfires because of fucking heat waves and all this here shit. That's just part of life. It always has been and always will be, right? But near enough the entire planet, apart from fucking the UK, everywhere seems to have been on fire in the last 6 months. Like Australia and New Zealand have burnt. Half of fucking Europe's burnt. America's on fire right now. Canada's on fire. Fucking Will Grigg's on fire.
Logic
South-
Camp was on fire at 9:30 the other night.
But like everywhere seems to be like Greece is on fire
Yeah.
currently.
I heard Ma was on a cruise and she couldn't stop somewhere because it was the fire.
Like everywhere seems to be burning right now, and it's like how can a heat storm take over the entire world?
Global warming, man.
I know, but fuck way off. How unlucky are we then that the only place that's going to get colder as the
Aye,
globe
mate.
warms up is us? Like that's how fuck. Luck
See
of
the
the
bad
Irish,
thing.
my
See the
bollocks.
bad thing is, mate. The fucking whole world's going to emigrate to here because it's cool, and it rains.
No.
They'll be like, "Fuck this here. Our house is going to burn
be the
down."
New South Pole when it all fucking shits.
I'd take that in a heartbeat. Down where the Falkland Islands is. Oh, aye. Our mountains would keep us nice and warm.
Down where the fucking penguins live, mate. Not the
Falkland
Falklands.
Islands is just above the South
I
Pole.
know that there, but we will be the South Pole.
Are you into this polar shift? Fucking.
No, but I'm into fucking penguins.
Uh,
Did you hear?
cool biscuits, Em.
Before we go, they have a link to this. I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna have to find it whilst I'm finding this, because this was fucking big news, and I'm glad because this guy's a cunt. Do you remember back in the day? Maybe you don't. I used to work in hospitality, right? And part of your job is you have to wear a name badge. But like, if we
I never worked in hospitality.
if we forgot a name badge, and someone's was lying there, I was Tony for the day, or I was fucking Brenda. I was whatever fucking name badge was there, and you would have went into restaurants and stuff back in the day and seen it, and be like, they forgot their name badge, right? I went into Greg's to get a sausage roll before I came over here, and the guy was wearing, like, he's a big lad, but his name badge said Charlotte. It's like, in this day and age, like back in the day, we knew you weren't Charlotte. You just came to work without your name badge, and that is the fucking name you've been given tonight. But in 2023, he could be Charlotte, and I have to respect his or her wishes. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm gonna say his because I don't know what the crack is. But it's mad how in 16 years there's been a turnaround from that's a mistake to oh fuck, I don't want to offend you.
I know.
And it could just be a simple mistake.
Is this Stephen Nolan you're typing in by some though?
But do you see Stephen Nolan's getting cancelled?
I've seen bits of it, but I don't actually know the ins and outs. Once you wrote Nolan there, I was like, happy days, now we're going to find out.
So, what has happened is the big BBC cull of fucking all their paedophile people and nonsense and sex offenders and whatever has now...
Sorry, you're not boring me, mate. It's just been a mad week.
I know, mate, it's okay. I think, again, we can tell from my voice. It's the... Nolan, whenever... Do you know who Stephen Burr is?
Aye, the guy.
He's some guy who was on Big
like
Brother,
reality,
and
aye.
then he sold his girlfriend's sex video without her knowing that he took
Yeah, I
on
watched it.
CCTV and all this.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
So Nolan wanted Stephen Burr on a show, so he started sending dick pics into a group chat, but not Nolan's dick because you couldn't see that. Stephen Burr dick pics. And he then started saying, I'm going to continue to send these dick pics until you get him on my show. and just started sending pictures of Stephen Burr's dick into this group chat to his producer and all this here to say, get me this guy. I didn't realise he was the 4th highest paid presenter in the BBC.
I think 400 grand a year.
But now, because this has come out...
Tell you what, I actually respect him more. That's brilliant. Go ahead, Big Nolan.
Why?
Fucking right. Here, I want this guy. I know the cunt with a cock. I want him.
So he's been bullying as well, and
I don't agree with that, Stephen. Calm down.
apparently people say he's a law unto himself and all this here shit, but it's
Mate, I seen him.
He's just going to be like Philip Schofield.
I seen him in coming out of Nando's over there one day with his ma, and it must be his granny, or maybe it's his two girlfriends. I don't know, but he had the Bentley, or no, tell that it was a big Merc, one of them new Mercs, mate. Wanna seen this motor, and the fucking the three of them hobbled to the car.
Right.
And get into it after coming out and getting some food. And I felt sorry for him, because I was like, everyone here hates this cunt. But this is me thinking maybe he doesn't give a fuck. He's getting paid $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He lives in Belfast. That goes a long way. But I was going like, fuck, every cunt here hates him. And he's walking out there like the cur for two elderly people. And them two elderly people are probably the only people in the world that truly like him.
Well, no, I would say he has friends, because there's people that obviously agree with his views and ideologies. The problem...
But he doesn't have them. He gets stuck into both sides of the community constantly. That's one thing I'll give him his dues on. Like, he goes equal both sides. Like.
But he's just a prick the way he does it. It's the same way Jeremy Kyle was like, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. You fucking wanker, what did you do? Like, he was bipolar to you. Stephen Nolan has no one to blame but himself. If you get on...
He's a Shankill Road man too.
I don't give a fuck where he's
just
from.
saying,
if you get on like a billion,
people have been
like
shot for this.
That whole thing in COVID, chasing cunts because they're not wearing a mask.
That was brilliant, mate.
And then
I've never laughed as much in my
because
life.
he went into the shop with a mask on. Fuck off.
I've never laughed as much in my life. And I remember sitting down, it was like on fucking BBC News or something. Or maybe it was the Nolan show. He's like, excuse me, sir, why have you not got your mask on? Your man was just like, fuck off, bouncing his van. And he had the van, like his company name on the van. He's like, that's who he works for, that cheeky getting on. You're like, fuck off, you fucking dirty bastard.
And then there's some guy being like, excuse me, Stephen, should you not be wearing your mask? He's like, oh, no.
You see, fucking Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have started a fund to pay anyone who got COVID fines fee for them. Did you get a COVID fine over the thing? We'll pay for you.
Oh no, it was Elon Musk. No, I didn't know that. Fucking.
No, they're starting to do that. They're starting to say we've got a couple of millionaires together. We're going to put loads of money on the thing. If you got a COVID fine, we're going to pay it for you.
Right.
Fair play, like.
Also,
have you seen the Jake or the Logan Paul? He's fighting Dylan Dennis, who's Conor McGregor's jiu-jitsu trainer.
No.
Right.
I've seen too many memes about him.
Let me
giving off about Oppenheimer.
Who, Logan?
Aye.
No.
He walked out of Oppenheimer because it was just too many people talking, and everyone's now like, what the fuck were you expecting? Like computer games in the middle of it or something? It's fucking history, you dick.
What a dick. But anyway, he's fighting Dylan Dennis. Now there's Bob Blood there.
Right.
And Dylan Dennis, Logan Paul just got engaged to his girlfriend, who apparently he hasn't been going with for too long. And Dylan Dennis is pulling up all the photos of everyone else she's booked, and photos of him no Stanley. And mate, see if you go down his Twitter, there's fucking 100 Leonardo DiCaprio booked there. Fucking like all these people are raiding her, and he just keeps putting them up. And Logan Paul's cracking the bop.
Sort of wee
gold digger. Logan's a hundreds of millions at prime and all that.
Stay in this little circle and.
But mate, it's so funny, and Dylan starts putting like photos of like her down, blowing him and all. Like it's fucking amazing.
Is he photoshopping this?
But no, the ones before he didn't. But now he's getting to the stage where he's just photoshopping Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate Buckner.
That is awesome.
But mate, you can see it's really eating hold of him. And then Dylan's on podcast going, There's three ways to war: mentally, physically, and there was another one. He says, I know one can do him physically, and I've already broken mentally. So, because he's going to come in going, he's going to be too emotional now because I'm slobbering about his fiance.
He's gonna lose all game plan once he hears that bell ring. He's just gonna go revenge and not have.
That's it.
the action plan in place.
It's madness, like, but it's so funny, mate. And like, I don't care about Logan Paul. I don't care about even Dylan Dennis for that matter.
That's
But
actually quality,
it
though.
makes you want to throw Logan because you can see it's eating a hole
Aye,
of him.
but
Like,
you love a bit of shithousery, like if you can, especially in sport.
Connor
like, if
done
you
it the
can-
best. Like
If you
I
can
remember.
really get away with it, why not?
I remember Connor fucking Rialdo. I remember watching every single press conference going, he has fucked this wee man up already. Like,
When he was good, he's kind of just lost his fucking marbles now.
I stopped doing it. But again, he's a fucking walking advertisement, mate.
Aye,
He
sure,
bounces in the
jumped-
ring and gets Joshua to drink his new drink. Mate, that everyone was talking about that for a full week.
Yep.
And he, like, if you think, he's a dick, he's going, he done that for that exact reason.
Oh, exactly. But again, he's kind of like Salt Bay now.
He is.
Like, stick to your sport and stop fucking jumping in on other people's moments.
He's a council estate lad that hasn't lost his council estateness at all. Like,
You can take the boy out of the estate. You can't take the estate out of the boy. You're the prime example of that. Jesus.
he'll never leave you. Flutes and fucking
Flutes and Doots.
Flutes and Doots and Magaloof. Flutes and Magaloof. Right, we'll wrap it up, man.
Yes, thank fuck.
It's been a pleasure as always, folks.
It has. Until next week, guys.
Peace. Should he end it now or not? End it. No. Bye. Don't touch anything yet, Dave, because you'll not.
Phase 2.